We've just gotten to a long weekend. I'm about to jump in the car, head up north to the Sunshine Coast. Got a nice little B&B booked in the Glasshouse Mountains, and it should be a lovely long weekend. I'm going to head off to Australia Zoo, so I'm going to take you with me, and we're going to go and explore the Sunshine Coast a little bit. So I made it to the Sunshine Coast in pretty good time. It's 3 o'clock now, and going to go out and start exploring and try and find a sunset location. There's no clouds in the sky at the moment, so it's not going to be a completely colourful sky, but the Glasshouse Mountains seem to make a really nice panoramic shot. Hopefully we can get something with a nice purple grading behind the mountains or something, with a nice silhouette. Just see what happens. I'm about to go out now. Okay, so I've arrived at Mount Beerburrum and I'm walking up the hill, and if you see me start waving about, it is because I'm being chased by about 1 million mosquitoes. I've just had to put insect repellent on, and that's a note: always carry insect repellent with you. It works so well. I've had so many less mosquitoes come and try and eat me. But I don't know if you can see, but the track is insanely steep. Make sure you've got at least a decent level of fitness before you try and come here. Okay, so I made it to the top of Mount Beerburrum. I think that's what it's called, at least from what my memory can recall at the moment. I said in the last little section to make sure that you have a relative fitness level. I'm going to correct that and say make sure you have a really good fitness level, because the hills just does not stop. You are literally climbing a mountain for, I don't know, 700 meters to a kilometer, surrounded by mosquitoes, so make sure you got your insect repellent. But when you get up here, the view is absolutely fantastic. I've got my shot composed with 2 of those peaks in the background, some of these trees in the foreground, and it does look really stunning. We might actually walk down just to do the sunset and go back to the Glasshouse Mountains lookout where we were before we came here. The sun is probably still an hour or so out from setting, so it'll take about 20 minutes to get down and then another 10 to 15 to get there. Okay, so I just did this. I just shot a sunset, well, a few sunset photos. I think I got a 26 frame panorama, all vertical shots, shot across, and I'll put the settings up on the screen because, sorry I couldn't tell you, because by the time we got here the light started to run out and I had to get into position and all set up and get the tripod all set up and everything. And you can see the mountains in the background behind me, which are all, I think there's about 11 mountains in the Glasshouse Mountains. So I set up my tripod right in sort of the spot that everybody wants to see it at. Whoops. I think I got some good stuff out of it. I can't wait to see it on the computer. I'll bring it up right now. Okay, so we're into day 2, but today is actually Australia Zoo Day. I'm gonna go see the animals and get a few photos of them just playing around and being animals. Just made it to Australia Zoo, and from the moment you actually get here and before you walk in, I just saw a tiger being walked for its daily walk. Hopefully we'll see it again inside. Apparently it's going to be walking around for another hour or so it should be quite enjoyable for the day. So finished up at Australia Zoo and headed down to Shelley Beach at Caloundra. I'm just walking along the beach at the moment, headed to some rocks to hopefully try and catch a reverse sunset. But some low clouds have just moved in on the horizon, so I'm hoping that that won't block the colour, because the clouds are just looking pretty perfect at the moment. There's a couple of rocks that I've seen standing out in the ocean with some waves crashing on them, and I'm just going to head out there, hopefully catch the sunset, and then head off to dinner in Caloundra. And then tomorrow I'm going to get ready to go to Serenity Falls, also known as Budrum Falls, at Budrum if you couldn't guess that. But I'll let you know how it goes here. I've just got to this little rocky area, and there is another rocky area down the south side of the beach, but I've just come to the north one because there were no other photographers here. Turns out now that I get here there's one other photographer, but that's okay because I'd rather get a unique, well, slightly more unique perspective than what a lot of other photographers can get. And the sunset, I'm actually going for a reverse sunset here. The clouds are just starting to pick up with those lovely pastel pink and orange tones, and right beneath me is a whole bunch of little rock pools and everything that lay on some nice flat rocks. So this could turn out to be a really great sunset shoot. Took a bit of a risk coming for a reverse sunset, but I'm hoping that these clouds have all lined up perfectly and I can see some really incredibly interesting rock formations here where I am. Alright, so there's just a little bit of colour in the sky now. The low cloud looks like it's actually blocked most of the colour, unfortunately, over on the horizon, so my gamble didn't really pay off. But I've come out, I've actually got some shots. I don't know if I'll be able to use them or not, but I'll put one in here for you to see, just so you can judge it. And I love this little location. There's so many lovely little rock pools and stuff that just make for such an interesting foreground. So even though I didn't get anything super extraordinary that I was hoping to get, it's still worth coming out and actually doing it. And it's all just been part of the trip. It's been a lot of fun and I've just enjoyed it for everything that I've done so far. Even if I didn't get the photograph that I wanted, I've still gone out and photographed. So taking a risk, sometimes it doesn't pay off. Sometimes it can be perfect. This time for me it didn't pay off, but I'm still glad that I went out and shot. So tomorrow I'm headed off to Serenity Falls in Budrum, also known as Budrum Falls. I don't know if there's been a lot of rainfall up here of late. This was just sort of a last minute idea that we wanted to add into the trip toward the end before heading home. Oh, but I almost forgot, just before I go, I wanted to share my settings because I know that there's a lot of people out there that do videos like this. A lot give their settings, a lot don't. So I wanted to share that I'm shooting on a 14mm prime. I've got ISO 50 f8. I actually have to look on the lens to get this one, and 0.6 seconds shutter speed. That's just so I can get a nice even balanced exposure as well as a good depth of field shooting with an ultra wide on a full frame. So I'll see you tomorrow, and this time I actually mean it, because I'm going off to have dinner, enjoy the rest of my night. Alright, it's the last day on the Sunshine Coast. We've just packed the car and about to head off to Budrum Falls, which I'm guessing is that away from where I'm standing right about now. Lucky we've got GPS. So, gonna go do that and then head home. But Budrum Falls, I've been wanting to shoot there for a little while since I've seen a lot of photos of it, and just can't wait to actually see it in person. The clouds have come over overnight and it's kind of blocked the sun quite a bit, so that'll be good to help get that longer exposure. But I'm also going to chuck a couple of ND filters on when we get there, just so that I can get that really nice, smooth, flowing, soft water effect, which is my favorite in waterfalls, and I know a lot of you guys do it as well. So walking along to get to the waterfall, it's only about 900 meters from the car park at Harry's Lane, and the boardwalk is very easy to get to, and it's a really easy walk. Everybody's here to go swimming, yay! We've walked along, made it to the first little waterfall. It looks like there's a lot more sort of further up there, but I'm just going to jump across this little section here. And make sure you bring Airguard, because you will need it. There's a lot of mosquitoes again around here, but this first little waterfall is quite lovely. This first little waterfall, I don't actually know what this one's called. I don't think it's the main, I think it's just called Lower Serenity Falls. What I'm doing is I'm just walking out on the rocks across the little stream here that it's creating, trying not to fall in. And I found this great little rock just sticking out of the water. Got a 40mm lens on. I'm shooting at ISO 50 while I try and get my balance. ISO 50, f16, 30-second shutter speed, and I've got a ND8 filter sitting on the edge of my lens, or on the end of my lens, and I've just got the waterfall stacked up in the background, and it is quite a lovely little scene. Once I got this, I'll then go up to the main waterfall and try and get that without all the kids in there. Alright, so at the main section of Serenity Falls, and it is a lovely little waterfall, as you can see behind me. You may also be able to see all the people. So today is probably not the best day to have come here, but travelling 3 hours in the car, probably for a weekend away, it was just a bit of fun to come along. That first little waterfall that I just showed you was, well, at least what I can see, lower Serenity Falls, and then there's like a middle Serenity Falls, and then there's normal Serenity Falls up that way. So I'm going to shoot sort of this middle section. It's like a double layer waterfall, and I'll see what I can get through here without any people in it. I'll go for a really long exposure to get that nice soft water look, but I'll also do that long exposure to try and avoid getting people in the photo as well. Okay, scrap the bit I just said. I'm very happy that there's actually nobody swimming right around the waterfall, and there's nobody walking around behind it, because there's this lovely little tiny waterfall at the front of it, and then the main fall's behind it. So I'm actually using this little waterfall as my foreground in my bottom right third, and then I'll get the waterfall up behind it, and I'll probably need to focus that because one's pretty close to the other. I'm shooting at 40mm on full frame. I've got the same settings as I did before, ND8 on there as well, and I just saw the shot and it's coming out looking lovely. So just finished shooting all the waterfalls here, the 3 of them, for another 3-hour drive. Please do like the video, give it a thumbs up if you thought it was cool. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Have you been to any of these locations that I have? And also make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a button underneath, or there's a little button in the bottom right corner of the video. So I hope you do that, and I'll see you in the next video.